Shalom, shalom. I'm Kaya from GMS Camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. First, I want to give this all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahakodash. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to the 144,000. Also want to say shalom to the speckled bird out there, even though you may look like the heathen but are not the heathen. Also want to say shalom to the Akwath and to the Akim out there. Now, yes, there's a lot of things coming down the pike. So-called a lot of doom and gloom that's coming. But what comes after that? We're about to come into a kingdom, which dwells righteousness. And how beautiful it's going to be. Even though we go into prophecy and the things that we go into may sound scary, but these are the things that are necessary. The RFID microchip that's coming, all the death that's out there, the death toll rate rising, all the things that are happening right now. These are all prophecy. These are things that must take place. But when it's all over, then what? So let's get a few scriptures, okay? So the first scripture I want to go into, having that understanding too, that we are pilgrims upon the earth. The elect men, the elect, the 1/3, we're just pilgrims. And a pilgrim does what? Move one place to the next. We're just basically passing through. Should we say be pilgrims upon the earth, right? And that's exactly what we are. To have that understanding, for this is not our rest. This is not our home. This is Esau, Edom's kingdom. That's why it's ran the way it's ran. Everything's dying, people in an uproar, all kind of wickedness going on, The earth is mourning, the trees are mourning, the birds are mourning. We are. Everything's polluted. Majority of the things we eat, we have no idea what we eating. Even though the scripture says what? That we would eat our bread defiled. At the end of the day, this is Esau's kingdom. And it's coming to an end. Now, a lot of people may not like that, but oh well. At the end of the day, hey, we're about to come into a kingdom, where it dwells righteousness, and that's going to be so beautiful. So the first scripture I'm going to get, right? Let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Have that understanding that this isn't our rest. This is not our home. Yeah, we're here. This is a punishment for us. And that punishment is going to be lifted pretty soon. But nevertheless, this is Micah, right? Chapter 2. It's Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. And it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." What's polluted? This place. Look at the place. Look at Babylon. Look at AKA America. Is it not polluted? Look at the morals of this place. There are none. Anything goes. You can do whatever you want. Now that might make a 2/3 happy in these heathens and everybody else, but that don't work for us, because we understand this is not our rest. This ain't our home. There ain't no righteousness here. Nothing but wickedness every single day. We wake up to wickedness. We go to sleep to wickedness. We have to eat crazy things. There's no righteousness here. So once again, scripture said this is not our rest. This is not our home. Even though a lot of our people may like it, but still at the end of the day, this is not our rest. It's not our home. Right? Well, what are we waiting on? What are we waiting on, right? Let's get another scripture, right? Let's go to 2 Peter. Just getting a few scriptures this morning. Let's see. 2 Peter. I'm going to get 3. And I think it's verse 13. And let's see what it says. It says this, 2 Peter 3 and 13. "Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Right? That's what we're looking for. Ooh, what else does it say? Verse 14, Salakia. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot, and blameless. So what are we waiting on? What are we looking for, right? Back to verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, right? Wherein dwells righteousness. That's what we're looking for. That's what we are waiting on. What was promised, what's going to be given through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, for what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard, the kingdom. That's what we're waiting on. Even though all these other things are happening in the world, our eyes are fixated on what? The kingdom. What's coming next? The faith is in the kingdom. Faith is in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and what he promised, the kingdom. And we know he's not a man that he should lie. So I've always told this too, you know, you have to understand that through the timeline, all the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua said would happen has happened. All those people that would rule, they ruled. From the Assyrians, the Babylonians, to, you know, the Egyptians and all that other stuff that are all in the scriptures. They all had a time to rule. So what makes you think that we not going to have our time? And it's going to be forever. See, this is what makes Esau Edom mad. Because he understands we're about to come into that period or come into that time when we're going to rule forever. You know, forever and ever. You know, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, we'll get that a little later. But nevertheless, you know, we're waiting on a kingdom because we understand this is not our rest. And sooner or later, we're going home. How beautiful that is, right? You know, let's go over that again. It's beautiful. 2 Peter 3 and 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promises, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's what we are waiting on. Right? Let's get another scripture, right? Let's go to 2 Peter. Go to 2 Peter. What is that? 4 and 8. This is 2 Peter, right? Chapter 4 and verse 8. And listen to what it says. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. Waiting on them crowns that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna give his men. Waiting on all them crowns, and each man are gonna get one. You know, you're 144,000. You're going to get them crowns. You're going to think about all the men that's going to get them that are waiting. You know? Even though when he goes into them crowns too, what else did he say about them crowns? What scripture was that? You know, on this side, whatever we may have to go through, that if we have to die, what did he say? Let's go to Revelation, right? Revelations 2 and 10, right? This is Revelations 2 and 10, right? Brother's going to get these crowns, and Lord willing, I hope I get one. Revelations 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Do you understand the promises that Yahweh Shai has given? No matter what he wants to give. And the other beautiful scripture, what is that? Is that Jeremiah 29 and 11? For his thoughts, how he thinks towards us, thoughts of peace and not of evil, for that expected end. Now we understand some of us are going to have to, you know, so-called die. And I've said this time and time before, we've died before. This is not the first time. We've been here more than once too. And that might be a hard pill to swallow for many people, that reincarnation, which is true. We've been here multiple times. There's nothing new up under the sun. So we've been here and we've died. But nevertheless, this will be the last time. And you see the promise of what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to give, that crown. Also going to give what? The kingdom. That's going to be our rest. That's going to be our home forever and ever. So to have people understand what our outlook is and where we know we're going. Matter of fact, let's get another scripture, right? Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. And let's get verse 1 Corinthians 2 and I mentioned it earlier. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the things that Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has prepared. What's he been gone over, what, 2 days, 2,000 years plus? What do you think he's been doing? You got to think about what he's been building, what he's been creating that we have not seen or neither have heard. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be exquisite. It's going to blow our minds when we see it. It's going to blow our minds and our new bodies when we see it. Going back to that Jeremiah, I believe that's Jeremiah 29 and 11. For his thoughts towards us are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give us the expected end. What we're going to have in the end, the kingdom, right? So even though we go into the doom and gloom and the things that are about to happen, look at the outlook. Look what we're about to come into. So like here, something came up on my screen. Oh, one of the brothers doing a video, right? Let's get another scripture, right? Let's go to Luke, right? Luke chapter 12 and 32. Luke chapter 12 and verse 32, right? And let's see what it says. Let's see. Bear with me, Israel. I'll get there. Luke 12 and 32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Hey, see how beautiful that is? Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And that's what we're about to come into pretty soon. The kingdom, of course. Esau's kingdom got to go. And then ours will come as promised. As Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has promised. And it will be forevermore. It will never, ever end. We're going to be able to see our children grow up. Our children's, plus children's grow up and get married and grow up and live their lives forever and ever. They will never die. Neither will they ever go hungry. None of that. And that might be far-fetched for many, but this is the 100% truth. What is coming? Remember what I said earlier. Think about it. Everybody else had their time period, had their rulership. And that's beautiful how Yahweh Bashim Yahushua did it. He saved the best for last, because the best for last will never ever end. It will continue forever, for eternity. Esau will never come in power. There will be no heathens coming into power and ruling the world ever again. It will never happen. Not at all. But once again, let's go to another scripture, right? Let's get another scripture. Let's go into the book of Psalms, right? Let's go into Psalms 16. Psalm 16, verse 11. Right? And let's see what it says. Psalm 16, verse 11. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Pleasures forevermore. Before we even ask for anything, it's already given in the kingdom. Pleasures forevermore will never ever end. See, you have an understanding that we're pilgrims upon the earth. For this is not our rest. But we keep on pushing along, right? Because we understand what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has promised his elect. And I've said it, Lord willing, I'm one of the hopeful elect, But nevertheless, have that understanding. Now we do understand, for all Israel shall be saved. Now, of course, we understand who's going to die on this side, what's going to happen. We also know that they're going to come back in the kingdom, in their right mind. But nevertheless, as of now, we understand that we got next. We understand that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to make something beautiful for us, something that we can't even fathom, but it will be our rest, where it dwells righteousness, right? And pleasures forevermore. Let's get another scripture, right? What did I want? Hey, Psalms 2 and 8. Right? For I shall give thee the heathen. Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. So what's going to happen to the heathen, to the other nations? Basically, they'll be in servitude. They're going to build up our walls. They're going to build up our homes. They're going to be using picks and shovels to rebuild everything. And Esau, Edom, we're going to have his foot on it. We're going to have our foot on his behind. He going to really get it bad. But nevertheless, right? Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. The whole earth, everything. Oh, don't think about all the other planets out there that's going to be given. How beautiful it's going to be. This is what we're waiting on. That promise, right? Also, what scripture I want? Let me see. 2 Ezra 6 and 9. I gotta get 2 Ezra 6 and 9, right? And this is 2 Ezra, right? Chapter 6. And we're going to get verse 9. As soon as it loads up. Because if it doesn't, I'll grab my apocrypha. Guess this devil don't want it to come up, but that's okay. He can play them games. I got a better one, something called paper. Right, so bear with me, Israel. I'll get there. It's going to be 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Let's see. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, right? For Esau is the end of the world. And that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing Esau, Edom's kingdom falling apart. Egyptian against Egyptian. All these other countries against this place, talking about nuking this place out. Russia, even though they some Edomites at the end of the day, talking about blowing this place up. Korea, all these other countries are looking at a Babylon, aka America, to destroy it. All right? So his time is almost up. For Esau is the end of the world. The end of the world is not the end of the planet, an end of a time, an age. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Let you know, we got next. It is what it is. Well, we understand too that we are pilgrims upon the earth. And as of right now, this isn't our rest. But sooner than later, we will be going home. And we will have the best rest that we could ever imagine forever. And that doesn't mean going to sleep. We're going to enjoy living forever. We got next. Well, I hope you was edified. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahakwadash. Shalom. Whew. Beautiful.